The 30-inch high-pressure pipeline exploding.
They nicked a natural gas line.
Violent gas explosion outside Pittsburgh.
Melted nearby homes.
When I come around the bend, it looked like you were looking down into hell.
A horrific gas explosion in Kentucky, and it was deadly. Those homes wiped out.
A gas line explosion.
Why it took so long to stop the flow of gas.
Hi, I'm Scott, a Pemmon Hills resident. Washington Gas is pursuing a highly unusual project of putting a large diameter, high-pressure gas transmission line through the narrow streets of Pemmon Hills. Washington Gas updated its language a couple years ago to avoid the term transmission line and instead used the term distribution line, which is highly suspect and seems designed to avoid full scrutiny under Fairfax County zoning ordinances. This is a pipeline that is 24 inches across, containing high-pressure gas, clearly designed as a transmission line to move large volumes through the neighborhood, not a normal distribution line to serve residents, which are much smaller diameter and much lower pressure. Washington Gas insists that it will be safe, but if you Google Virginia gas line explosion, you'll see that just last year, there was an explosion in Springfield that injured workers, caused a neighborhood evacuation, damaged a home, and sparked a huge blaze that lasted over 3 hours. I live along the proposed route, and this huge pipeline will run under the street about 45 feet from my front door. This will be the case for hundreds of Pemmon Hills residents who live along the proposed route. At this hearing, we are simply asking Fairfax County to enforce its own ordinances, which at a minimum require that Washington Gas needs a special exception from the Fairfax County Board to go through Pemmon Hills, and depending on the project classification, may require that it avoid Pemmon Hills altogether and run down McGarity Road, an arterial roadway, which would be consistent with how the vast majority of gas transmission lines in Fairfax County are routed. I'm out on one of the streets along the proposed route, Peabody Drive. The street here is 26 feet wide and building code setbacks are 30 feet. So even if this pipeline is laid dead center down our street, it could be as close as 42 feet from the front door of our houses. I remember a meeting that Washington Gas held at a nearby Westgate Elementary a few years ago. Someone asked why they plan to run the pipeline in this zigzag curve around Tyson's Corner because it requires a couple extra miles of pipeline compared to going straight down Route 7. Part of his answer was surprising, because large diameter high pressure lines like this don't just move, but also store huge amounts of gas. When offices near your neighborhood fire up their furnaces on a winter morning, all of that gas in the pipeline helps the system handle that extra load. In effect, we don't just want to move tons of gas through your neighborhood, but we want to store tons of gas under your street. I sincerely hope that the zoning board will realize this extraordinary project deserves extra scrutiny in the interest of public safety. Thank you.